Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today I am finally going to make some fall decor pieces for my house. I would love to put up my big wreath. Our front door was just painted and I had a couple different ways I was going to put the wreath up. I talked to my husband and he said not right now. Maybe I can get a wreath up for Christmas, so I guess I don't get my fall wreath up this year. That's too bad, but that's okay. So I'm just going to do some minor fall decor pieces for in my home then. So I'm going to start off with, I bought this cushion at a garage sale. It's got the turkey on it. It kind of got missed for Thanksgiving. It was sitting in the other room and I just kind of forgot to put it out. So I will put this one out. Okay, I gotta sit flat on the floor. My knee hurts this morning. So I will be putting this one out. I also have these cushions that I had made out of that Halloween material I got. So I got two of them. So I'm going to be putting these ones out as well. I mean, we're not overly decorating. I told my daughter, so we're not overly decorating for Halloween or Christmas this year. Although I don't do a lot for Halloween, but I usually do have stuff sitting out. And so my house kind of echoes and it's kind of looking sparse and uninspired because I don't have any of my seasonal decor out. I have very, very few things sitting around right now, but I don't care. I miss having my craft inspired decor, so I'm going to do it now. Then I have this box here, just all of my pumpkins. So I will be going through this. I don't think I'm going to be putting out some of these, like the black ones I'm probably not going to use. I mean, these my like little velvet ones, I'm probably not going to use these ones this year. I'm probably just going to stick with more of the more neutral looking pumpkins or some of the more shiny ones. It's probably what I'm gonna go with, are more like these ones, not so much these glittery ones, just because I still want my house to be kind of more neutral looking at the moment. Although I might stick a couple of these in and out around my house just for contrast. I'll see, but I don't know what my animals are doing. Okay, stuff is falling in the other room. Okay, so I do have this big box of all these pumpkins, so I will be, figuring out which ones I'm going to be using. And then I also have this big basket, which is full of different fruit. So I've got some really nice, I've got some of these really nice, more expensive looking pieces of fruit here. They look so realistic, but these are not the foam ones. These are like, they are hard plastic. They do have some weight to them. Even this one, I mean, it's like a, I was gonna say it was a peach, but I saw this end, so I think that might be more of like a pomegranate, but it's got the glittery texture to it, but it's got some weight to it. So I like some of these more realistic kind of fruits, so I'm gonna put these in a small basket because I thought it'd be, now you see like this little pear, and then the plums. The plums look so real, but they're not the foam ones. I got rid of all the foam ones because they had teeth marks in them. And anybody who knows what that means, little kids, especially the bananas and the oranges, always had teeth marks. And then I got rid of the grapes because I had a nice vine of the grapes and they were rubber. And they really, each grape you can actually peel off or pull off like a real grapes. And I was so worried that somebody was gonna choke on it. So I got rid of all that type of fruit. And I kept the ones that can't be bitten into. Like, look at the size of this pear. I mean, it's just a really nice one. Now, I know it's got this, so I think it was part of a Christmas decoration, and I didn't cut that off. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cut that off because, and I could, but I didn't. And then, so I got these apples. They look really good. Now, these ones, over the time, some of the glitter stuff, these little crystals have fallen off. I do have a Ziploc bag full of all the little crystals that have come off some of the fruit. And then, so I've got like this giant acorn. Again, it's like, let's see, it says it was from Winners or Home Sense and they wanted like $8. I know I got it at a secondhand store for probably $1. And same with like, I've got some little pears. And I got some other smaller little crystal pears. So I mean, I've got a good assortment of fruit. That is an Easter decoration, so that's gotta go back with the florals. Oops. There is a button off my husband's coat. I will put that in my pocket. Don't know why that got slipped in there. That fell off his coat. I told him I misplaced the button. Well, today I found the button. Okay. And then just a couple of these smaller little balls. I usually don't put these ones out. I have a different vase and I've got a whole bunch of these in the small vase. So these I'm not going to be having out. But that is what I have for the fruit and the pumpkin. So what I thought I was going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I've got this other little basket here. It's actually a pretty good sized basket. And it's got the, like, some flowers on, like sunflowers and some other little flowers up to the side. And so I'm gonna put the fruit in this basket. And then this larger basket, I'm going to put the blankets in, just because I would like to put, when we're not using the blankets, they're just, you know, on the couch behind me, they just kind of get thrown over the couch. I do like to have them folded nice. So I'm gonna put them in this basket. I was trying to find the basket I was originally using, and I think it is either I got rid of it because I got rid of a lot of my baskets, or it's got stuff in it for ready to be packed, or it's actually, some of my baskets I actually put smaller items in and then I put the baskets into a box just to give some of the items, you know, just more protection. So I'm not sure. So I'm going to use this basket and you'll see me do that in a little bit. But first I'm going to use this basket and I'm going to do the fruit. I'm just going to pull my camera down. If my knee doesn't stop hurting, I may have to go and get my knee brace on. I don't know, I did something to my knee. Okay, oops. Then I got a couple of these big, I had a whole bunch. I think these are the only two I've left. I had about 7 or 8 of these vase fillers or bowl balls, whatever they're called. I don't know. The ones you put in those bowls. I don't know why, we just do. So I'm just gonna put these down here at the bottom of this basket. I'm just gonna back up so you can see what I'm doing. Just so I've got something in this to kind of, you know, for the smaller items to sit on. That may not be enough stuff. Let me see, I think I'm gonna go and get, because this fruit, if I want this basket to look like it's full of fruit, I need the fruit to sit here, not inside the basket. I don't think I have, unless I just see these bigger pumpkins that I knew I probably wouldn't use. Let's see if I can stick them in here. And I can, that might work. If not, I think I'm gonna go and get a small little towel and put a towel in here just to fill the basket so I don't have to fill. I mean, the basket is quite deep. It's like almost a palm, almost my whole hand deep. So when the fruit is about the same size, or the fruit is smaller, then it's just going to, you know, fruit's all gonna get buried. So I will be right back. So I'm just gonna grab a towel. All right, so I moved to the dining room so I could stand to make this fruit basket. So because of how deep this is, I just grabbed a whole stack of my plastic bowls. Just tried every single one. This one fits the best, and it has a, you know, flat bottom, so I've got a flat surface in here to work with, and then I don't have as much of, you know, deep to work with. So when I put the fruit on here, you know, it kind of stands out right away. So that was good. And then I was trying to find something to cover this. It was the fall colors. I have this piece of material here. I bought it from Value Village for $1.99. And I've probably shown this on other videos because I bought this one because I thought it was the perfect color to make a vintage style apron. Never made it that far yet. I couldn't find a pattern as I felt I could make. So I've got this big piece of material here. I've got it folded into quarters. And I do want to keep this, so I do want so I was just playing around with this, how I want to have material outside the basket, but I want to have the flowers still being able to be seen. And then of course there's the one edge on here that's the raw cut edge. I don't really want that to be seen. So I'm just finding the nice part, a nice more folded part. So I want this to be the front, I want this raw edge to be near the back. So I'm just gonna fold this in here so I get this nice, you know, like over the basket. So it looks like this material is all in here. And then for this other edge, I'm just gonna roll it underneath itself, and I'm just kind of tucking it inside the basket. So then you don't see the cut edge. I kind of like having it where it's kind of draped a little bit off to the side, so when it sits on the shelf, you can still see a lot of the material outside the basket. I kind of like that look too. Tucking this around, just playing around with this just so I get a nice flat surface in here to work with. And there was lots of room between the bowl and the basket that I can really just tuck some of the extra bulky part of the material just in there, and it will help hold the bowl in place. But I like the way the basket's looking. The back, I don't think it really matters how it looks, but I'm just gonna fix it anyways just so it looks a little bit neater. It's gonna be sitting on the shelf, so not really gonna see the back, but I might as well fix it because I'm right here. A little bit more, too much here. I'm just gonna pull this and tuck this in down a little bit more, like that. There, I like the way that's looking, so you can see the flowers on the front of the basket, and now the whole basket is covered like that. Then I was looking at my fruit, so I've got the specific fruits I want to be seen on the very top. I'm just gonna pull out of here first. So these would be the ones I want to be able to be seen. These ones here are too small. I'm not going to use these. I do have more of these, and I know right where they are. Now I can put these with the other ones. Also, I'm not going to use the giant pear or the giant acorn, or none of the pumpkins. With this bowl, I don't need to use them. And then I do have some of these apples, so I'm just going to put these green apples in first. I'm just going to lay them down. I was kind of playing around with this to see how they would fit. Like this. There. Like that. And then I can put these other ones. Oops, no. I think I gotta put these more back there. And then these shinier ones here. I don't know, I had just figured out how to lay these down so I get a nice base for these ones to fit on there. That's how I had it. And then I can just put these more realistic, shinier ones up on top so you can kind of see exactly what the fruits are. Then it looks like I've got a nice basket of fruit. Put one back here, and I can put this one is just so big. I gotta put this one near the back. Just, you can see it, but then it's I'm just gonna switch these two around. A nice big basket of fruit. There we go. I'm just gonna go put this on my shelf. And then I've got this basket here. So I got these ones I'm not using. There's another one of those little ones. And these ones here, these golden pears, I think they look perfect with the pumpkins. Just keep those ones separate. So I'm just gonna go back. Shoot. That is the one thing I don't want my fruit to roll around break. But once this is on the shelf, of course, that one fell, so they're all gonna roll, so I will fix that in a second. So once this is on the shelf, this is not gonna get bumped. Just trying to, you know, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna take these off for a second. So I'm just gonna go over to where I'm gonna display this, and I will show you how I'm gonna use this basket as well. So I'm just gonna be in my living room in just one moment. So I'm gonna put the basket of fruit under this table here. Does that look like a piece of glass? It's not, just a plastic CD case thing. Okay, so this is just a binders full of movies, which I will move. I just don't have anywhere to put them right now, so I'm leaving them there. But this is the basket of fruit. And these are just gonna fall off. So I'm just gonna take these top ones off while I just put this under here. I can just, you know, stick this on here. And then just put these ones back. So now that it's sitting level where it's going to sit, these are not going to get bumped. We got a nice big basket of fruit set up for my nice little fall display. And then this other basket here, I'm just going to sit it right here to make sure that I can get into that drawer. Turn the basket handle this way. Whatever. You can move the basket. It's just gonna have a couple blankets in it, and I'm gonna re-angle this anyways, so I've gotta move this over this way. I just had to fix the wires this morning. So now for my blankets, I'll be folding them. Just gotta grab them first. And I found this technique on Pinterest, and I've been using it ever since. And then I found an easier way, because everybody was doing this to roll it. And I found these blankets that I've got, this type of material, they don't roll really good, they fold good. So I folded in half lengthwise, half lengthwise again. And then up here, you've got your two open ends, but then the top one, you get this solid little, you get like a little closer up here. So that's where everything gets kind of folded into. And I said, I find this one easier to, as everybody was rolling it. It works good for towels for rolling, but for this type of blankets, folding works better. So I get more of like a square pillow looking thing. So then I just fold it down, make sure that my little pocket part here is, and with this way, it's gonna fold it so I've got the little pocket is here, the open end is down, and then I just fold it. Like I said, these don't really roll good. It's, the way this blanket's made, and then you just kind of fold it or roll it, and then you just tuck it into the little pocket that you created up here. Again, I said the way that these I can never seem to fold these perfectly. So I just kind of tuck this in a little bit. Tuck it in a little bit. But it's a little bit better. It looks a little bit better than just having a rolled blanket or just a folded blanket. It kind of holds its shape a little bit better and looks good. Then for this really bad end, I always just put them down on the shelf, or when I had them here, I would just stack them on this shelf. Just do that one, and then I'll do this one quickly as well. Again, you fold them in half lengthwise. This one's a little bit longer. I gotta kind of stand to fold this one. Like I said, it's the way these blankets are made, they just don't, seem to want to do that. Just gotta figure, okay. Here's the top end. Because then if you were rolling it, you would just roll it like this. Just because you can't even see, I don't know, I'm trying to. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out where the camera is and where I am. Just trying to make sure I'm in view. No, I gotta go this way. Okay, so I've got the folded, the little pocket part is up at the top. The open end is at the bottom. That's always important, so you've got it going the right way. And then you can roll it, but with, like I said, it's this type of material where these just don't roll. I find it works better to fold. So I'm just gonna fold it a couple times, and then you just fold again, and just kind of tuck it in. Like I said, sometimes I can do this good, sometimes not so good, but it really doesn't matter because then they just sit in the basket like that. And there we go. The two blankets that take up all that room all over the whole couch are now neatly folded into the one little basket. And it just kind of makes the living room look a lot neater. And then I've got that turkey cushion, which I think I'm just gonna stick the turkey cushion in on top. If I was doing that, maybe I would just put the colored blanket here, the white one back there. I don't know, I'll play around with it. I do want to be able to see the handle. Let's see. Put it on the angle. There, that looks a little bit better. You can see there's a couple blankets in there and a little throw cushion. Okay, and then for my couch, very simple. I'm just going to do, am I in the view? I don't know. I'm just gonna put these Halloween cushions, one on each side for now. I will fix the couch. The blankets all got pulled down, so it just needs to get redone, but those blankets have to get washed today anyways, so it's bedding washing day today. So that's the pop of color I guess I'm adding on my couch and over by my TV. So now I will figure out the pumpkins, what I have. So I'm gonna go back to the dining room and lay out all the pumpkins across the whole table. Right, so I've got all my pumpkins laid out on my dining room table. I kind of got them in the groupings for colors and kind of their textures. So let's see, I'll start with these ones here. I've got the orange and purple little mini glittered ones. I've got all my little gold ones, and I always pair them, that's a good word. I always do with the pumpkins with the pears, because they're the gold colors. They always look really good on my dining room table. And I got these ones here, these little orange ones. These ones, a lot of these are just from the dollar store. Over the years, so it's not like I went and bought all these at one time, you know, there's over the years, a few packs here and there. These ones here are that, they look like burlap, and they look like they would be like glass, but they're that weird, cheap, I don't know, it's not quite ceramic, not quite clay. I don't know the texture of these, but that's what these three here are. These 7 over here are actually the glass. These ones were from 2 different places. I know the really shiny ones, I think these are the ones, I just gotta look at the bottom so I know, yes. So these, some of these are from Superstore, some of them are from the dollar store. I think these 3 shiny ones, I think were the ones I bought from Superstore. Or was it these 4? I don't remember. Some of these are from the dollar store, some of them are from Superstore, and I don't remember which are which, because once you buy them and you put them together, you can't tell the difference, but some have the pearl eyes and some don't. These I just stick around. They just look good just sitting on my china cabinet. Then I have these assortment ones here. These were just, I don't know if these were one pack or a couple packs, but they're different, just pumpkins or squashes, different colors. Then these ones I know are the foam covered in burlap. So these ones were from the dollar store. So it's coming off, but that's okay. And I know these ones here were from the dollar store. They're just those, again, they're foam with the glitter. And then these are also from the dollar store. These were the felt or velvet kind of feeling ones that have the different like spider webs on them. And of course these ones here, these big shiny ones, same thing. And I got this big pumpkin. I don't know where this one came from. Actually it was from Dollarama. I see part of the green sticker on there. So I paid probably like $2 for just this one pumpkin. I normally don't, but I have enough little ones that sometimes if you just need one pumpkin just to add something, then why not? And then of course I said these big ones here where I've gotten from secondhand stores. The giant pear, which I always love to put with my fall decor, and this giant acorn. So that is all the pumpkins I have left. I went through and I had pumpkins that I've had for so long, I decided to let a lot of them just go and go to the colors and stuff that I like. Now these ones here, they're not my favorite. They don't really go with my decor. The purple, burgundy, brown, and black, and the silver one. Even some of these ones, they kind of go a little bit, but I'm kind of getting away from some of that bright colors. I really like the more neutral colors, but I don't mind, if you just need a quick little vase filler. That's all I use these for, is I throw them in one of my vases. I would show, except I don't know where my vases are at the moment. And then I would just put these in the vase, and then I would put my florals on top, in the vase, so I don't need, as much. I guess it'd be like if the stems don't quite fit to the bottom, or if you just want something to look like, when you're trying to fill up the vase, it's hard to explain because I don't have any vases, but you take your big vase and then you put a smaller vase inside, and then to fill up the space between the two vases. And then you can have artificial stuff like this with real flowers, so then these don't get wet, but then you can always have your real florals in water doing that. Okay, so now I'm just going to decide how I'm going to place these, where I'm going to place these. I have no idea, but now that I've seen them all out here, I don't know if any of these are going to work this year. So anything that I know I will not be using, I'm going to be putting back in the box and just putting them back downstairs. The ones I will use, I will keep up. So I really don't think I'm going to use these really orange and bright gold this year. Same with these more realistic looking ones. I'm probably not going to use them. These other orange ones, I'm not going to use. I'm actually looking more towards, I might use the burlap, so I'll keep the burlap ones out. And these ones that almost look like glass versus these ones that are glass. So actually I think these ones, these ones are from Superstore, I think. These ones really look like the ones I bought from Superstore because they're more realistic. They don't look like the dollar store ones. These ones are from the dollar store. These ones I think I bought at the dollar store because they did bring out some really more high-end stuff. Yeah, so I don't think, same with this acorn and this one, I don't think I'm going to use them. These velvet ones, I don't think I'm going to use them. So I think all I'm going to keep out will be the gold pumpkins, pears, these little gold and purple vase fillers. I'll probably just keep them out just because I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. But the more glass looking ones I will definitely keep out. So I guess half of these I'm just going to pack away for now because if I decide to use them, I will. So I'm just going to pack these up, and then I will get to my big floral arrangement that I always have outside. But I just need to clear this away because I need the room, and I'll be taking it apart too. So I gotta take the whole floral arrangement apart. Actually, I'm just gonna grab it. This one here, this nice big, oops, probably seen it in my craft room. It just gets moved around. It's a nice big basket. So I'll be pulling this all apart and redoing it. Only because I know there are grassy things all down my hallway because my cats were eating it this morning and taking the pieces off. And then I'll be putting it outside. So I'll be back in just a few moments. Okay, so here's the large floral basket that I've got that I always put on my front step. I didn't do anything last year for Christmas for this. I just did it for fall, and then I brought it in, and then I never got a chance to redo it for Christmas. So it's still set up for fall, but I just want to redo this and just, I like everything that's here. It's just kind of not even anymore because stuff was falling and I was just kind of putting everything back. So I'm just going to take everything off of here and just kind of lay everything out so I know what I've been using last year. Lots of giant pine cones. These were off of a Christmas wreath that I had gotten and I took apart, and I kept those pieces because I like them. Then I said last year I was really doing this thing where I was making, where I could make it go easily from fall straight through to Christmas by incorporating these Christmassy type picks. Actually, they were actually just off of a wreath, like cut apart. But then I could take out the more obvious like orange flowers and some of these other little picks, little berry picks, and then put in the Christmas picks. So I really want to do that this year if I have. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and take these apart so you can kind of see what I've got here. I don't even know what some of these are called anymore. That leaf is actually from my big Christmas, or my big fall wreath that was on my door. I will show it to you because I will be kind of fixing it up because it did break, but I am not going to be hanging it up this year, and I'm kind of sad that I don't get to put my big fall wreath on my door. That also means I'm not putting any of the Christmas one. And I'm not actually going to be putting up my my Halloween wreath out front, the one that me and my daughter had made several years ago. The one, the clown from It, Pennywise. We made a nice big Pennywise wreath, so I won't get to be able to put that on my door this year, but that's okay. So I'm just going to finish taking this apart and then I will be right back. Okay, so this is the basket. This is the back or the bottom of it. I've actually used this by the fireplace to hold logs on. We don't really have a real fireplace, but it always just looks good with logs sitting in here. So this is just a really good size. I'm just gonna move these over here so I can set this down in the front here. Kind of, I don't know. Hard to see, I guess, I don't know. This is just the best place I have right now to do this. So I've got a bunch of these fall mums. Most of them are orange. I guess I have 3 of these. I thought there was more in this bouquet. I've got 1 yellow and then 2 with some different color of orange. They're not quite the same. These little berry picks. Just drop some on the floor. They're just all falling apart. And then I think these are some willow branches. These are all just from the Dollar Tree. Maybe a few from Dollarama, but mostly Dollar Tree. These like more, I don't know if these are the wheat, or yeah, I think these are the little wheat bundle ones. I've got some cattails. I got some of these other, I don't know what they are, it's just a couple branches of these big fall grass. And I got a couple branches of these other big fall grass. And then I've got a whole bunch of these little Christmas pine picks. And then a whole assortment of different sizes of acorns. So I mean, that's a medium one. These are these really large ones. And I've got a couple even just smaller ones. So this is just what I have. This is what I will be putting back to my basket together with. So these are the small ones. I'm gonna start with these. And this is what I just did last year was I just took these and I was just pushing these picks kind of through the weave of the basket is, just around here, just kind of fills up the space. Excuse me. It just kind of fills up, and it actually adds some length to my basket, as if I need more length to the basket, but I find it just kind of defines the edge of the basket. Do the same thing over here, just kind of stick some of these. So I know it doesn't really need more length, but it kind of, like I said, it just kind of edges the basket. It kind of gives it to where the stuff should be in. I'm just gonna put these around here. It doesn't really matter if they really stick in or not, or how they stick in. But this year I'm trying not to do so they go out of the basket. I kind of want them more where they're just kind of at the edge of the basket. To kind of, last year I had them so they actually spread out. This year I want them to kind of go around and to kind of like define the basket a little bit more. I'm just gonna keep adding these picks around the edge of the basket here, just so I get a nice in there. So I'm trying to get like this kind of a look where if the basket, because it's a flat, so it kind of, the pine needles are kind of making to fill in to give it like a full, more of a basket look, like a more of a rounded, like a high edge basket, I guess. So I'm just gonna keep putting these around to fit wherever they will go. And that's the one thing I love about using wicker baskets like this, is they've got those little grooves and you can slip your picks into the grooves. And this basket I've had for so long, I don't know, I've probably had this basket, it's got to be nearly 15 years now. So I'm not so worried if I push any of this in and if the basket itself starts to break. I mean, if it was a new basket, I probably wouldn't be forcing some of these thicker branches through the way I'm trying to get them in here, but it's an older basket. I still don't want to break my basket, but you know, it's a little bit different when it's not a brand new basket. And I also want to get some of the green up here. I didn't do that last year because I don't know, I like to change out how I style my stuff. I might have the same stuff but you take it apart and you just restyle it every year. And then it always looks like you got something new. Some of these branches, if I can't get them in, I can at least wrap them around some of the other branches that are already in here because they are wired. And if I felt like I needed to, I can always just go and get my 4 wire and wire them in a little bit more. I don't think I need to do that. I guess this will be the front. Just gonna make sure that both sides are looking more even. So I need a few more picks on this side. Round this side up a little bit more to make it match the thickness of the other side. One more, I think I'll put it here. There we go. So I've got all that in. Push them outward. Now I've got them kind of more pushed inside, so I'm going to start pushing them so they're out the basket. There we go. And then I'm going to take these big grass ones, and I like to put them through the handle part up here. One on that side, and one on this side. Just to kind of get these long grasses just kind of up and out of the way first. Same with these ones here. Just gonna push the just gonna bend them a little bit so they're at the back, and of course I knocked these ones out of the place, but that's okay. I will fix those as I get the rest of these in place. So the big tall grass ones, I'm kind of trying to make this look pretty even. Now I'm going to place the big pine cones down. I'm standing right in front of the camera trying to do this. I just need to get these big pine cones just to kind of hide where those are kind of sitting. 1, 2, 3, and here. Little ones kind of just throw them back here for now, like that. And then I can do all these other little picks, and they just kind of fill in these gaps. One there, one there. That's what I like about these type of baskets, is they're just so big, and you can just kind of just, once you get the base stuff put in, and then the small ones just kind of add to it and just fill in some extra gaps. So I'm just going back and forth between the one side to the other side, just trying to make it look a little even. And now I've got these course at my angle, I can't quite tell how even this is. So sometimes when I think I'm done, and then I'll take a quick look and I may move a few florals and stuff around if I think I've got too many clustered in one spot. I've got this one bright orange I'll put here. This other bright orange I'll put here. And this yellow one, I'm gonna slip it and have it coming up here. Like that. And then I've got a few other leaves that just fell off. I'm just gonna stick in over here. There's some bare spots I can see. And then the berry picks, just slip them in wherever. That, I think I've got all my stuff used up. Oh no, I missed one, the little willow wreath, little willow branches, I mean. I guess I can go here. So now I've got that done. I'm just gonna go put this out on my front step. So I'll have to move my gnomes and the lantern I made to put this on my front step. So I'll just be back to show you the final review of the basket on my front step. All right, so I'm on my front step. So there's the little gnomes I had made, and then there's my floral I just did, and then there's the lantern I had also made. It's not quite sitting out here the way I want. It's just kind of a little chilly this morning. I just don't want to be out here any longer, and I scraped my hand on the side of the house just now, so my fingers are bleeding. So I'm just gonna step back in. So that is what it looks like. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I've scraped my hand. I hit the side of the house. I'm not sure, it's so cold this morning. When I drove my daughter to school, my husband work, it was minus 19 degrees Celsius with the wind chill. So it's cold today. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.